Good Thursday morning, Northeast Ohio. It is indeed the calm before the storm. High temperatures today are going to be in the 40s. You might be saying, what winter storm is on its way because of where temperatures are going to be today? Well, they come crashing tomorrow. In fact, right around midnight tonight, that will be the start farther to the Sandusky area and then making its way farther to the east. Winds will start to pick up today and will actually be slightly above normal when it comes to high temperatures. We should be in the upper 30s, so we'll be above that. You can still get anything done you have to do today. It's late tonight that the big old caution goes on up as that Arctic front makes its arrival. So the winter storm timeline, let's break this down first before getting into the nitty-gritty and all of it. Well, today we're going to have the rain, and that's going to be an issue come tomorrow morning as temperatures plummet. We are going to have a flash freeze in the span of an hour or a couple of hours. We're going to go from near 40 degrees to the 20s, then the teens, then the single digits, and it will be feeling even colder. Wyoming yesterday had a 40-degree temperature difference in the matter of 30 minutes. That is just how powerful this storm has already been across parts of the nation. That's going to lead to some icing conditions for us across the area. The quick transition from rain to snow as well. And then we deal with wind on top of it, gusting 50 to 60 miles per hour. That's going to lead to drifting and blowing snow. This was never expected to be a huge snowmaker for us. We will have snow around, but the issue with the wind and snow is the drifting and blowing, reduced visibility on the roadways. That continues for your Friday afternoon into your Friday night, even spilling into Saturday as well. And by the weekend, Christmas weekend, may I add, things will be frigid altogether from Saturday through your Sunday. Sunday, we officially start to recover. We've focused so much on the travel, getting you through the beginning part of the storm, but coming home, you'll start to be okay by Sunday, Christmas Day. Even if you're traveling locally, conditions will start to improve. As you're going to notice in these various alerts, they expire as we head through Saturday. It doesn't mean we're not going to stay cold, that the wind isn't still going to be around, and that lingering lake effect won't persist, because it will. We're going to be dealing with the recovery mode from there. Things will start to lift and we'll actually see a little sunshine by Sunday. When it comes to alerts, we do have a winter storm warning that starts tomorrow and takes us through part of Saturday for the majority of Northeast Ohio. The criteria here is the amount of snow we could see. We are going to see snow. We will have a white Christmas. We'll talk about totals in just a second because that's not top priority. What takes the top spot is going to be the chill associated with the winds. It is going to be absolutely bitter outside, a polar plunge, so to speak. Wind chill warning already issued. There's a wind chill watch, too. Whether you're under a watch or a warning, the same thing. We're gonna be cold, sub-freezing, sub-zero when it comes to feels like conditions. Temperatures are not going to leave the teens through the weekend. In fact, they might not even leave the single digits. All of that does involve some wind. That's how we get to those wind chill advisories. So yes, there's a high wind watch for Tuscarawas and Carroll County, but I think the highest winds are actually going to be confined closer to our lakeshore counties. And that's when we're also going to find a little bit more snow. That's thanks to the open body of water, Lake Erie this time of the year. It's also going to play into how cold we get, especially closer to the lake. The body of water, Lake Erie, is about 37 or so degrees still. After this event, it'll continue to drop temperature-wise, but that will help moderate the surrounding area of just the water and just slightly inland. Those farther spots like Dover, Millersburg, Mansfield, Brown, Youngstown even, they're going to deal with cooler conditions, much colder than even the lakeshore when it comes to feels like conditions and their actual air temperature. All of it is going to be encompassed on top of some snow. So yes, snow totals, there will be snow around. Lesser the farther inland you get, but the trade-off is they'll be a little bit colder. There will be more snow confined to the lakeshore because of the lake and the lake's power. So if you are traveling on I-90 and you have plans to maybe head out through Lake and Ashtabula County starting tomorrow into Saturday, I would switch the plans altogether. They will experience the most snow, maybe 8 to 12 or so, maybe more inches of snow there. But the thing is, it will also be drifting and blowing regardless of location, 50 to 60 miles per hour. Blizzard-like conditions can settle in really quickly. It doesn't actually matter how much snow you get when it comes to that blizzard terminology. It matters about visibility as well as how long that persists for on top of the wind threshold. So How do we start? Where's the system right now? It's a big question, I know. We will start with some rain, and that's all ahead of the front. That's off of moisture from the Gulf, actually. So that's encompassing most of the mid-Atlantic. The higher elevations up and down the Appalachian spine are dealing with snow. For us, though, we do get rain, and once again, that's a big issue when it comes to those crashing temperatures. The front itself is back off to the north and west. Everywhere through Wisconsin, Iowa, now sneaking into Illinois, down through Missouri, dealing with snow, and where the actual front is. Beyond the front, that's where that cold air is funneling on in, and you can see you don't have to be a meteorologist, a scientist. You can probably be a good old kid and spot the difference between the colors here. That's where you're seeing the actual front. The change in temperature profile is where that cold air is surging into place. Chicago's still at freezing 32 degrees. St. Louis just shy of 40, but the current air temperature, in Minneapolis is -7 right now. Ahead of that, we are mild all the way from Syracuse down to Atlanta, even Memphis right now at 45 degrees. Alerts stretch the entire U.S. There are alerts nationwide except for the state of Arizona. So if you're trying to maybe head somewhere warmer, Arizona would be the place, but you'd have to leave this morning or early afternoon to get there and then fly over all of this. So how does it start here? Once again, I already showed you where it is right now, but when it moves in here, we start with the rain. Keep an eye on the time frame in the top right-hand corner of your screen. That's where you're also going to find wind. That is also going to fluctuate as we take you through hour by hour in your National Zymark forecast. I'll eventually toss on temperatures, but the key here is late tonight. This is closer to midnight, 10 p.m. right now. You see more rain. That's just along the front, but ahead of it. We could sneak in a rumble of thunder or two. I wouldn't be too shocked here, but when the front moves through, I've tossed back on the temperatures. The temperature in white to you on your screen right now is what it is going to feel like when it comes to just the air temperature. The temperature in pink is what it's going to feel like to you, the futurecast wind chill, so to speak. And boy, is it going to change. This is 1 in the morning. Parts of the east side, they are still close to 40 degrees. They have a southerly wind. The wind shifts when the front sweeps on through to a westerly wind and feels like conditions have dropped into the teens, single digits in Mansfield, and this just continues from west to east. We have also changed over to now completely snow. Heavy snow at times, and this will continue for a few hours all across the area, whether you're farther south or closer to the lake. But check out our temperatures. By 4 a.m., we're in the 20s, teens, feeling like we're sub-freezing in a few locations or close to it. By 8 in the morning, everyone across the area feels sub-freezing. Snow still continuing. So yes, there will be snow out of the system. I don't want you to take that away. We will have a white Christmas, but the cold is the most serious thing. Sustained winds over 30 miles per hour with the duration of this event. It's the gusts that are going to pay the price when it comes to folks trying to travel. I wouldn't advise travel tomorrow at all. In fact, I wouldn't even advise it for the first part of Saturday. If you have to get out, maybe the second half of Saturday, if that. I'd still be hunkered down myself if I didn't have to relay this message to you that safety comes first and foremost, not only for you, your friends, your family, but keep an eye on pets this time of the year too. If they have to go out, let them out and let them right back in, because frostbite can settle in very quickly as we are going to endure these conditions and feeling sub-freezing for some time. This is still 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. We are still feeling like 30 degrees below zero. Temperatures, single digits, maybe just 2 degrees in downtown Cleveland at that time. As we take you through the evening tomorrow, snow continues for some of our lakeshore counties. The primary snow belt, travel on I-90 eastbound closer to the PA state line is going to be treacherous through Lake and Ashtabula County, especially even through Friday night into Saturday. But boy, there is relief in sight. We just have to get you through Christmas weekend. So in your Union Home Mortgage extended forecast, 43 today. Bulk of today is fine. You can get out, do any last minute holiday shopping, to the grocery store. You name it, you got it. We can deal with soggy conditions. We've dealt with it before. We can deal with the snow. It's all the other elements in the combination of it that are going to make the next few days rough. Once again, we start to recover on Sunday. We will see a little bit of sunshine, but the frigid conditions persist. Then things start to lift, and by Wednesday, we can all relax because, hey, we just made it through our first official winter storm as winter just started yesterday. We'll get through it. I'll be here with Betsy Kling tomorrow morning as that front sweeps on through. In the meantime, prepare accordingly. We'll have the latest on air online at WKYC.com.